Champ, how are you, man? Thank you for coming on early in the morning.
Hey man, I'm
Arnold
doing good.
Barboza, how are you?
Good, how you doing, man?
I'm good. So you just getting back from a run?
Yeah, no, I run earlier. I usually run in the mornings. I run early. I'm an early bird, man. So I run in the mornings, and then I have my breakfast. I shower up. I take another nap. But I'm just at the house right now.
So you were live at the fight, scouting Ryan, I'm assuming, or did Golden Boy just have you out for a night of festivities?
No, no, yeah, a little bit of both. You know what I mean? We had to do some meet and greet and and promote my fight January 6th. But also scouting Ryan. I told Oscar and B Hop after, I said, man, give me that guy. So like I said, if I can't get no title shot, man, Ryan will be the name that I want.
So you're back on that's going to be oh my God, what's his name? Virgil Ortiz card, right?
Yeah, correct. Yes, I'll be on
Do
that
you
court.
have an opponent already?
Not yet, not yet. I think we're working on one. I think the most important thing is the Golden Boy wants me just to get back in the ring. It's gonna be almost a year, since I fought. So I gotta get back in there as soon as possible and look for a busy 2024.
Now you are 31. Do you? How long do you think you'll be able to make 140, and when do you see yourself going up to 47, or do you think you can stay at 47 and kind of finish your career here?
Now I think I can finish my career at 40. I'm saying, to be honest, I take care of myself and I feel good. You know what I mean? I don't struggle to make weight. I don't. I'm not. Like I don't work out the last day of weigh-ins or I mean I don't. I still eat a good decent little breakfast. You know what I mean? So I can still make the weight. I don't suffer crazy. So we're comfortable, man. We're not going anywhere.
Now, obviously, fight fans that know you and know your career feel that maybe you've gotten a little bit stalled. You had a lot of opportunities that weren't able to fully manifest. Uh, which one of those are you, I guess, most upset about, right? Because there was, rumors with your name and some pretty big fights. You had some orders from the WBO, just a lot of things that either you wanted, your manager didn't want, or didn't happen. But I feel like you and Devin was even something that was talked about, and then Tio came back and claimed the belt. So how was that emotionally for you? Because your name had just been linked to so many big fights, potential big fights, but they haven't manifested just yet.
Yeah, man. You know what? I think by my career, especially this past year, this year, it's just been a roller coaster. You know what I mean? It's just been up and down, and I had, like you said, my name was mentioned in a lot of fights, and they just didn't happen, man. That was just so frustrating for me, man. It's just, you know, it just, it really, man, it really started, having me question, like, man, what's going on? Like, why can't I get a big fight? Why can't I even get a title shot, man? Like, I'm supposed to be up there ranked in the top five, with the top 140 pounders, and all of them already had their chances at title shots. I'm still the only one waiting for a chance, and yeah, we, the Tio situation when he supposedly was going to retire, I kind of didn't think he was, and in a way, I kind of was like, maybe he will just sit out a year, and then come back, you know. And the WBO ordered me and Ramirez, and that shit was exciting for me because my name has been linked to him since I beat Mark Alvarado a few years ago, and that has never happened. It's like the WBO finally ordered it, and then there was talks, with us and Haney. I think my manager was talking to Haney's dad already, and he was gonna just come in the WBO, so that fight was gonna happen, and then Tio just, I think it was last minute, said he wasn't gonna retire, and that just kind of blew everything up, and that was kind of like, and that's when I kind of knew that that I was gonna leave Top Rank, because they just couldn't offer me anything else. If it wasn't Tio, it wasn't gonna be really, they really couldn't offer me anything else.
Yeah, I mean, how realistic was the Haney thing? Because we see that Tio came out and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna let you take my belt and fight Barboza." Like, how realistic was that? Did you get mentioned? Did your team get notified that the WBO was approving that? How close was that fight?
Nah, it was like it was in her hands, man. It was this close, like it was really close.
Mm.
It was like, yeah, it was like, that's why, man. Like, I really dislike Tio, man. And I don't use that word to dislike someone a lot. You know what I mean, at all, really. Because he just kind of played games. You know what I mean? And man, it was. I'm telling my manager was in direct contact with Bill Haney, and they were already talking about the fight, and that was fight was that was what was gonna happen, because he was gonna step in front of Ramirez and take that fight because the WBO gave him a chance. They said, okay, Ramirez is a purse bid for Ramirez, but if Devin Haney steps in, then Ramirez falls out, and then Devin into Barboza and Haney,
Just to
so.
explain to the casual fans, right? Because why would there be a purse bid for Barboza and Ramirez when y'all got the same manager and y'all had the same promoter? Like, what went wrong there? Is it just simply a matter that Jose doesn't want to fight you specifically? And is it something personal? Have you said or done something to him in the past that he's just like, I'm not giving this kid a payday? Because I'm not understanding. You guys share the same manager. At the time, you shared the same promoter. Why would you go to purse bid?
Well, that's the thing. I think it came down to the money. On his side. You know what I'm saying? My side. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't gonna accept anything either. But I mean, the money that I was gonna get paid was gonna be more than I got in my career, so I was gonna take it. And title shot, then I was gonna take it, no matter what. I told my pops, you know what? I don't like. Excuse my language. I don't give a fuck what. You know. Was gonna just take the fucking fight. I want my chance. I want a big fight. I want a title fight. So just take it. You know what I'm saying? And and I guess maybe on his side it's just they wasn't gonna. I don't know if they was gonna agree on the money that Top Rank wanted to give him. I can't speak on his side. I just know on my side. And so I think it was gonna go to purse bid if it needed to, because then again, Top Rank could have gave us the amount of money. We could have agreed on something and it wouldn't have had to go to a purse bid, but you know, but um, that's what happened. But Bill, had to talk to my manager. Because I had messaged Devin Haney directly through Instagram. And I had told him, I said, hey man, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Teal's gonna retire. Let's fuck it, let's go for the WBO. And he said, what's your manager's number? And we sent him my manager's number, my pop's number, and to let them take it from there. But then that Teal came in and blew everything up.
Yeah, man, that had to be frustrating, bro. I mean, again, so many big fights. Those are life-changing opportunities that didn't manifest. I won't hold you much longer. I got a bunch of questions from the people, so I'm gonna get to those. And the first one is coming from Against the Ropes Dose. He says, this is Dose from West Virginia. What made you sign with Golden Boy instead of Matchroom? Does Golden Boy really have a stable for you to fight like that? Also, we've gotten into on IG before. Laugh out loud. I'm glad you engage with your followers on Instagram. Good luck on your next fight.
Yeah. So answering this is a first question. With Golden Boy. The first things first. 'Cause I really took my time. I had offers from Matchroom as well, but I don't know if people know, but when I was with Top Rank at one time had all the 140 pounders, all the biggest 140 pounders, I still couldn't get a fight. And so looking at the situation, Matchroom is the zone. Golden Boy is the zone, so those fights can still be made. You know what I mean? Oscar said he's not shy from doing business with other promoters, so those fights can still be made. But my thing is being on the promoting side of a promoter. You know what I mean? I'm from LA. Golden Boy runs LA. I think that just in these few weeks, I mean, they promoted me really good already. And they have done a good job of that. And there's Ryan Garcia. And on top of that, I just didn't want to be buried, with a bunch of other 140 pounders. You know what I'm saying? And I was with Top Rank. Because at one point, man, they had Josh Taylor, Ramirez, Teo. They had all these 140 pounders, and I still couldn't get a shot. So and that was still being fighting ranked opponents and being up there. But man, I think Golden Boy is a perfect fit. Oscar's gonna be behind me. I'm gonna be a focus point for them. Because I'm a big
Arnold,
140.
check what happened to the phone. It sounds like you got a bit muffled there.
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay, yeah. So I think Golden Boy, is a perfect fit for me, because like I said, I won't be buried with a lot of 140 pounders. He can still make the zone fights happen with the zone. And promoting wise, I think they're gonna promote me, really, really good.
I have the next one is from Alex from Palm Beach, South Florida. What did you think of Zorilla's fight with Regis in comparison to your fight with Danielito?
Man, look at yeah, I'm glad that fight turned out the way it did, because it showed people Zorilla is not just a pushover. You know what I mean? People were saying, "Oh, who's that? Who's that man?" Like my pops is a boxing fanatic, bro. He knows that guy's tough, and he told me like, "Hey, that guy, he's gonna be tough. He's a hard hitter, but didn't matter." But I think I had Zorilla winning by like a round, and then but I just didn't think they didn't count that knockdown. I think that was really big, and I wasn't knocked down. But hey, man, you know what? Zorilla did his thing, and and he wasn't really, he said it on a podcast. I think he said that he wasn't really conditioned, so that's why he moved so much. With me, he had like a 2 month camp, so I mean, it was a different story. But I still beat him convincingly, more convincingly, I think. So, but like I said, style make fights, man.
Do you think Devin Haney is basically the question that they're asking on the Matchroom face-off? Like, does Devin Haney know what he's getting into it? Because everyone is assuming he only took this fight, even Regis, because of Regis' last performance. Is that how boxing works for a fighter? Like, do you look at a guy's last performance and is he only as good as that performance?
No, I don't. I think if Devin Haney is doing that, it's a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because Regis had a off night. I mean, I don't think Regis was even expecting that from Zorrilla, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think Regis, if he is looking past Regis and he's looking at his last performance, I think that's a mistake, man. Because Regis is still a dangerous fighter. Regis, still a good fighter. He's a champ. I have Haney edging it, but I think Regis is gonna give him a fight, man. I think Regis is coming in to prove something because his last performance, and I think he's coming in kind of pissed. So, Haney, can't think like that, man.
I have Flacco 38 from North Carolina. Are you staying at 140 or moving up? You kind of answered that, but if you want to add anything, it's cool.
Nah, man. I'm staying at 140, man. There's no. I'm not moving up. I'm not moving up. I'm not. I'm not gonna do no catch weight. I'm saying. I'm staying at 140.
James Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. Will you be in attendance for the Haney Regis fight? And how do you see that fight playing out?
You know what? I don't know if I'll be in attendance. I was I was at the attendance for the Ryan fight. I'm in camp right now, so I kind of really don't like to leave out when I'm in camp. But maybe, I mean, who knows? And I got Haney edging it a little bit, man. I think Haney's gonna be a little stronger. I think he's gonna feel better at 140. So I got Haney edging it a little bit.
Where are you holding camp? Because you used to be out here once in the blue in Vegas. Or
Yeah. Well, usually if I'm not a Big Bear, I'm in Vegas. But this is the first camp that like actually in a while that we're actually staying home for this one, just for this one, and then we'll be back in Big Bear or actually back in Vegas. Either one. Maybe my next fight after this.
I got Manuel who says, Manny from San Jose, is Jose Ramirez fight still possible?
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, if I can't get a title shot, and I don't know what's happening with Ramirez. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Ramirez, but of course, man, that's a fight I still would love. I think, man, I think me and Ramirez make a great fight. We've always told our manager Rick that we would love that fight. He knows that, and nothing but respect for Ramirez, man. But hey, saying that we love to fight him, man, and any of these big name guys.
Rue in the 504 New Orleans says, can you talk about what, if anything, went wrong with Top Rank outside of them not giving you fights?
Man, you know what? Look, nothing bad to say. They got me 28-0, number one WBO, and all that. But it's just, the main thing was, and it was just they couldn't get me the big fights, and that was it. I think our time there was done. 8 years, with Top Rank, and it just wasn't happening no more, man. They couldn't get me TO, and it's just
How
that was it.
active were you, though?
That's the thing. I wasn't active. I only fought. February. Of this year. So my goal for next year is 4 fights. Starting January. So we're Golden Boy. We told them they want to be as active as possible, and they said let's go. So we're gonna aim for that.
Yeah, that is tough. 2 fights in 2020, 1 fight in 21, and then 1 fight in 22 and 1 fight in 23. So, if anything, the only upside to that is that you don't have miles.
Yeah.
You're not shop worn because you haven't been fighting that often, but you definitely do need that activity. What's your thoughts on your new stablemate, OHara Davies? He's obviously fighting on the same card. They've now rescheduled his fight that was going to be on the Ryan card to that card. So you guys will be fighting in the same card, same division. He's actually facing Ishmael Basorro for a interim WBA.
Yeah, man. You know what? I haven't really seen OHara fight too much. That's no disrespect to him, of course. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't really seen him fight that much. I'll see him January 6th for sure. But hey, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I mean, Barroso's a little older, right? So I mean, I don't know. I mean, this word WBA belt, you said?
Interim.
Interim. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Man, that's a lot of WBA belts out there.
Yeah, because he
uh,
was supposed to get a shot at Rolly. Rolly got injured, so they
yeah.
made the interim so that OHara's satisfied while Rolly sits out until quote unquote March.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, you know what? We'll see. You know what I mean? If that Broly fight, if he's still hurt, right? Then I'll take that fight if it's for a WBA bout. So we'll see, man. That's I'll keep my eyes on that one.
Do you know your status in the WBA? Have you been able to keep that?
Man, to be honest, I don't know nothing. WBA, I don't think they ever. I mean, I think I've only
Excuse
one
me,
time I seen.
I meant WBO. Excuse me.
Why for as of right now, I think I'm still number one, right? I think
As of
I'm still.
November 19th, you were number one. I'm just making sure
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
has changed.
I don't think anything has changed. I think Golden Boys talked to them already, but yeah, I think we're still number one with WBO.
So, how soon do you want to pursue that fight with Tio? Because you just did say you want at least 4 fights this 2024. So, would he be that fourth fight after you get some activity and get the rust off?
Nah, man, I think after this next one in January, if I can get as soon as possible, you know what I mean. Like I want to fight as soon as possible. Like I said, yeah, I want 4 fights, but that's if I can't get a big fight or a title fight. And like I said, because even like Bob, we talked to Bob one time, a few times, and he was like, look, like we can't, promoters and managers can't make the fighters fight. The fighters have to want to fight. And that's him basically saying Tio didn't want to fight because we kept asking him, hey Tio, what's up? Like what's gonna happen? Oh, he's gonna come in and we're gonna check, and then we don't even know what he's gonna do. So I mean, at this point, who knows when he's gonna fight? I know he's probably waiting for a big fight, but I know he's super champion, so it kind of makes it harder because he's not gonna have a mandatory. So even if I become a mandatory, I'm probably still gonna have to wait till he fights one time and then becomes mandatory. So I think it's gonna be a process for him, man.
I'm glad that you know that. That was my next question. Did you know he, went the political route, became super champ? Now he has no mandatory, so I don't think they'll ever say you gotta fight him. So I don't even know how that works now, because we've only seen this twice. Him and Navarrete are the two new super champions, and ironically, they're with Top Rank.
Yeah, nah, yeah. So I think the way that works is like I mean I kind of did my homework on it a little bit, and I'm not sure if I'm right, you know what I mean, but I think he has one voluntary. Um I think he can fight one voluntary, and then he has to fight his mandatory. I think but or I don't even know. I don't even know if he has to fight. I mean, I don't even know, bro, the way this super champion stuff works. But from what I kind of read, it was kind of like, okay, he has a voluntary, and then he can fight, and then he has to fight his mandatory after.
Now, this is just something kind of on topic, but it just came to me. As a person paying the sanctioning fees to the WBO, do you have a representative that you can call and be like, hey, can you explain this super champion status? Like, or do you have to, like, literally do your own research? There's no,
Well,
like, you don't have a WBO contact?
no, well, I let my manager take care of that, or the promoter, but I do my own research as well. Me and my pops, man. Like I said, he's on it, man. He does a lot of research, and he does all that. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like right there, too, and you can look it up and have like a little rule book or whatever. But yeah, man, and it's fine, man. Like I think eventually they're gonna have to make an interim bout for the WBO because if he keeps keeping the belt hostage, I mean I don't see how that works for the 40 division. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
What did you think of Ryan's shoulder roll? He's getting a lot of criticism for it, but I feel like outside of like him turning his back and maybe giving his, backside to Duarte, he was having success with the uppercut, left hook, straight right hand from that shoulder roll. Like he would wait and then boom, 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 real quick with a three punch. Did you like it at all? Do you think he should work on it? Maybe bring in a Jeff Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, Mickey Bay, or drop that shit, stick to what you knew do best?
Hey man, look, if it's working, if it's working, then go with it, man. You know what I mean? Like if he has some success and he likes it, then go with it. But I think, um, I think Duarte's team, I don't know if Duarte knew he was gonna do that shoulder roll like that. I don't think anybody knew, but now that people seen it, like if I was to fight Ryan my next fight, my team, would go to the ref and be like, hey, look, he's gonna do this shoulder roll. He's gonna expose his whole kidneys like that. If I hit him in the kidneys, nowhere else to hit him. You know what I mean? Where else are you gonna hit this guy? And I'm seeing the ref had warned Duarte like 2 times. He was already gonna take a point for hitting him in the back. But I mean, that's why Duarte kind of got hesitant a little bit. Like, damn, like where am I gonna hit this guy now? Because I'm getting warned, and I can't hit him anywhere. You know what I'm saying? But if it works for him, hey, then that's it. That's on him. But I mean, I think I don't know. I would never do that, but I mean, if it works for him, it works for him, man. I guess I don't know.
For sure. I have Huang in Houston. 140 is a loaded division. Do you see a title shot after 2 more fights?
I think so, man. I really do. I think Golden Boy has a plan for me. And they've expressed to me that they're gonna make me a champion real soon. So we're hoping that that's the plan, man, and hopefully that happens.
I'm actually hoping you're the next fight for Ryan. Obviously, you're fighting in January. He just fought. What month would be the right month for you if they offered you that fight? Like, obviously, you got to assume you get no damage in your January fight.
Yeah, assuming everything goes good in my January fight, man, I'll be ready for March or what. I mean, whenever he's ready, man, I'm gonna stay ready. So that's not the date's not gonna be a problem for me. Like you said, Barry not getting no cuts, no injuries for January.
Do you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because Cinco de Mayo, I mean, Golden Boy has a lot of experience on those dates. I know that, you say Cinco de Mayo and everyone thinks of Canelo, but he hasn't been as consistent on those dates. He hasn't been fighting on those dates in the last couple of years. So it is a possibility that Golden Boy could, attempt that date, even if Canelo fought on that date, maybe a Friday. I don't know that Ryan would do a Friday, but how would you feel about a Friday if Canelo fought Cinco de Mayo? You and Ryan lead into the big weekend.
Man, I think that would be big. You know what I mean? I think that would be huge. Even if it's a Friday, you know what I mean? Like that's going into the Canelo fight weekend, man. That's big. See now, like I said, the question is, it's like is Ryan gonna take a fight? Like he's gonna take the fight. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean?
Why do you think he won't, though? Because honestly, I'm going to tell you to your face what I've been saying. Ryan needs to fight you. You're 31, 35% KO ratio. Him and Derek could keep working on whatever the fuck they working on because it wasn't all the way there. Obviously, that's statistically, you would have to prove that the knockout ratio, the fact that you're older and haven't, won a world title yet doesn't mean anything. This would be your opportunity to shine. You the underdog going into a Ryan fight. I mean, Duarte got more punching power. He was a minus 400 against Duarte, so
Yeah.
he's going to be a bigger favorite versus you. But what's your thoughts on how your styles match up? What do you think you can do differently than Duarte?
Man, I think a lot of things differently, man. I think Duarte was a perfect opponent for him. He's flat footed. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't as his punches weren't as fast or as crisp. I think my punches I have a lot more speed. I throw a lot more punches. You know what I mean? I have footwork. You know what I mean? I can give angles. I can move. I can give him a lot of problems, man. I'm not gonna let him just roll around the ring in a circle. I'm gonna cut him off. I'm gonna use my footwork. So, I mean, like I said, I hope he does look at it like that. Like, oh, I'm older, 31, and this and that, man. I really hope you're right, man. He could look at it like that, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we'll go in there and we'll prove our point. You know what I mean? That's for sure.
I did feel that Duarte wasn't throwing enough punches. Do you think it's simply throw more? And obviously, you're on the outside looking in. I've watched Duarte's last 3, 4 fights. He usually is way more active, like way more active. Could it just simply be Ryan's power is legit? We seen him really hurt Duarte twice in that fight. Do you think the power just made him hesitant to throw as many shots as he's accustomed to?
It could be that, it could be the power. It could be a lot of things, man. It could be, also, like I said, because he was going in there, starting to, going there, being active, going to the body. But the ref, man, I don't know if you've seen the fight. He was kind of like calling him for everything, So I don't know if that could have made him hesitant as well. You know what I mean? It could have been a lot of things, man. Like you said, the power. It could have been the ref, calling, like, a lot of things when he was doing that roll, like where you gonna hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only hit him one spot, and he's kind of seeing all those punches. So it could be a lot of things, man. But Ryan did his thing. You know what I mean? Like I said, we still haven't seen him at 140. To be honest, that was a catch weight at 143, and everyone feels stronger at 143. I mean, shit. You know what I mean? So if he wants to fight me at 143, I'll take that too. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That, hey, you feel? I'm telling you, man, those 3 pounds are a real big difference. You know what I mean? Like you feel like you're bigger, stronger, fat. Man, it's a big difference. So like I said, we still haven't seen him at 140. So you know what I mean? We'll see.
What's your thoughts specifically on the catch weight? Because it was a secret till the weight. Then we found out it was a contracted catch weight, meaning they told them they were going to fight at that weight. You just explained your reasons why it's beneficial, but why do you think Ryan did it specifically? Do you have a clue, or what's your opinion on it?
Man, I was just as shocked. I found out in the weigh-ins. I was like, what, 43? Like, what the heck? They're both coming from 35. How's it at 43? You know what I mean? Like, how can it not be at 40, where it should be easy money? You know what I mean? But
And they won a title. He
and it
won a
was, yeah,
WBA gold.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like these dudes were handing him out like candy this the other day, man. Like I was like, damn, what the heck's going on? But nah, man. You know what? I mean, I don't know his reason for the catch weight. I mean, I don't know, but like I said, finding that catch weights, they're very beneficial for a lot of fighters. They really can't make they don't want to fight at 40 and like unless it's a big fight and they can't make that weight. But I don't see why he wouldn't be able to make 140. I think he can make it easy, but I don't know. I don't see what happened at that time.
Now, you're the A side on the January fight. Obviously, are you fighting at 140? Are you going to make that weight? Is it because you
No,
have any regional titles, or are you going to ask for a 141, 142, or 3?
no, we're fighting at 40. I think we're defending our WBO bout, so we're fighting. I
Okay.
think we're fighting. We're fighting at 40. Yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, we should be. Yeah, I'm not fighting at a catchweight
No,
right
as
now.
long as there's a title on the line, it makes sense. I get it. I got a
Yeah, of
few more
course.
from the people. New York Bullet says, "What up, champ? If given the choice between Ryan Haney, Prograis winner, Teo, or Matias, who would be your personal choice?" Blessings, champ.
Teal, man, of course. Everyone knows I've been wanting to get my hands on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the one that I want. But like I said, I'm not talking about him no more because I think I waste too much energy on him. You know what I mean? And that's that with him.
What's your thoughts on Sabril Matias? And obviously, as a fighter, Mexican descent, have you dreamt about having that Puerto Rico versus Mexico war that you guys are known for? Because outside of the green print, which is a Mexican and an African American, Mexico has a deep rivalry with Puerto Rico. Top Rank hasn't really put it on display since Juan Manuel Lopez versus, who the hell was that? Oh, Orlando Salido, when he went to Puerto Rico twice and upset the Puerto Rican. Your thoughts on the Puerto Rican champ, and is that something you want to have on your resume as a Mexico-Puerto Rico fight?
Yeah, I think, and this is my opinion, and I think, Sabril is the best 140-pound out of all the champions right now, out of Regis, out of Rowley, out of Tio. I think he's the most dangerous. I think he's the best 140-pound champion right now. And you don't see usually nobody calling him out, bro. You don't see none of these champions calling him out. I don't know what's going on, but I talked to Sabril's trainer just actually this past weekend. So I mean, look, that's a good possibility as well. I said, like, that would be a good fight, man. I mean, he throws a lot of punches. I think I throw a lot of punches. Right? I think we're like the top two. And that'll be fireworks. And like you said, man, that Puerto Rico and I fought in already like two in a row. You know what I mean? So a third one, wouldn't hurt. But man, yeah, shots to Brill, man. He did his thing against that one dude. So like I said, if that opportunity presented itself, we'll take that as well.
Now, there's heavy rumors that Matchroom is trying to sign him to a 3-fight deal. There's been rumors of Richardson Hitchins facing him in Puerto Rico. Hitchins has already come out and said that he may not go that route because of that 10-pound rehydration the night of the fight. What's your thoughts on fighting for an IBF title and having to withhold from rehydrating fully night of the fight because of their 10-pound rule, which only gets excluded if you're unifying?
Yeah, no, I mean, to me, it's not really a big problem because when I don't rehydrate past 10, 11 pounds anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that would be a problem for us. And I've known like people that had that was a problem. Where they had to run the day of the fight, bro, to try to make that. You know what I mean? Like my dad had a fighter one time where they had to do that. So I'm like, damn, man, like nah. But nah, that's only if you're gonna rehydrate to like if you rehydrate like 15, 20 pounds, bro. Like damn, you know what I mean? But nah, we rehydrate around 10, 11, you know what I'm saying? So I think we'll be all right. I mean, I don't see that, but I think it's more an excuse, you know what I mean?
Well, wow. I mean, given the way you answered that question, why do you think you can beat Matias? I mean, he's stopped his last 5 fighters on the stool, and it's becoming a thing where the trainers, I feel like, are trying to save the fighter because if they see you can't hurt him, they know he's going to hurt you. So, what would be obviously the game plan without giving away the game plan? How do you fight a guy like that?
Well, you know what I mean? You can give away the game plan with Matias because you know what's going to happen with him. He's going to come forward and throw a lot of punches, you know what I'm saying? And you're going to take punches, that's not a that's not a you're gonna take punches. I think with you, but I think you gotta, I think the mistake that a lot of fighters do, man, is they come out, the first few rounds and they're like, they're just because he's letting them just land everything they want. You know what I'm saying? And I think that you gotta match volume with him. I think your offense would be a defense with him.
All right. I got Brandon in Houston. What did you think about the narrative that Oscar and B Hop are trying to get Ryan Garcia beat and that Golden Boy signed you as somewhat of a hired gun to get him beat and a second time? Did you sense that? No, did you sense as if that was the case during your contract negotiations? Wow.
Nah, man. You know what? That's Golden Boy's not trying to get him beat, man. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the money maker. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? Like Oscar. I mean, Ryan's a fool for thinking that too at the weigh-ins, man. Like, oh, they're, that obviously he has some kind of doubt in his mind. That's how it seemed to me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, they're trying to get me beat. Fighting this guy. Like, bro, what do you mean? You picked him. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? So like, come on, man. Like, it's just I don't know why you throwing shade. Like, I don't know, it's weird, man. But look, he can say that if they make him fight me, then he can start saying that. You know what I mean?
Shout out.
But you know what? But other than that, man, he's crazy, man.
I love the way you answered that. Rocky from Florida, champ, would you entertain a fight with up and coming fighter like Richardson Hitchins?
Of course, man. Look, if like I said, if it has to make sense, if it's for an interim bout, WBO said, hey, let's do an interim bout. You and Hitchison, run it. You know what I mean? Like, there's not even a question about that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, but if you're gonna tell me, oh, you and Hitchison are gonna fight, on a freaking undercard or something, nah, you know what I mean? You gotta make it worth it. You put something behind it, of course. And then, of course, man, like I want a big fight. You know what I mean? After this next fight in January, I want a big name, big fight. So, if that's Hitchison for a WBO interim or something, then yeah, of course.
So just to go back on the Matisse thing, would you be willing to go to Puerto Rico? Because he wants to
Yeah.
fight in the Puerto Rican Coliseum over there. He said it in his post fight. The rumors of the Matchroom deal are to bring him back to Puerto Rico. Would you be willing, or is that too much against you, right? Because he's already a puncher. Now he's the champion in his hometown. Is that too much, or, a title shot is a title shot?
Hey, title shot's a title shot, man. It don't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, you're in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And the result's gonna be the same whether it's Puerto Rico or LA or wherever. But like I said, I mean, that'll be good. They probably gonna have to throw a couple more chips in there for me to go to Puerto Rico, but we could run it.
For sure. I got that dude they hate. Who would be your dream fight?
Man, my dream fight, of course, it'll be Tio, man, for the WBO. Of course, that's the fight I want. You know, and then next goes down the list for the champions, man. You know, the winner of Haney, you know, Regis, and then, you know, Ryan, and then Sabril, and then Rolly, or wherever the WBA champion is. You know, so we'll see.
I got Rod in LA. Do you feel as your manager Rick failed you? You didn't get the Teofimo fight, no title eliminator with Jose, no Regis fight, no Haney fight.
You know what, man? I'm not gonna say he failed me because at the end of the day, like I said, it's not, you know, his fault. You can't, managers and promoters can't make fighters fight. It has to be the fighters. You know what I'm saying? So my manager could push, but you know, if the fighter or the promoter doesn't want us to fight, then I mean, there's nothing that we can do as a team. You know what I'm saying? And nothing that he can do, nothing he can say. You know, nothing he can do. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man. You know, I think, you know, he's been doing his job. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't think you know, I just think it's the fighters, man, at the end of the day.
All right, that is the last one, man. So I do appreciate your time, Arnold. Thank you so much. Hopefully, you know, this interview shakes things up because not a lot of people are willing to face Hitchins or Sabril Matias. You're certainly saying the right things. Please let us know when you find out who you're going to face on January, and we would love to get you back on a little closer to fight week and obviously for the victory lap.
Oh, sounds good, man. Thank you for having me. And hopefully, you know, if I do camp down there, I'll go down there in person again, man. It was a good
For
time
sure,
last time.
man. We appreciate you. Thank you. There you have it,
I
ladies and
appreciate it.
gentlemen. Arnold Barboza.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.